Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Indiana Overtime. John Bommerfine, Alex McCarthy here, in a different part of the bowels, if you will, of
Still the bowels,
still in the bowels. Haven't worked our way up yet, but we're talking about Indiana losing this time in the Big Ten tournament, 75-69 to Maryland. Again, like the other two games this year, they played against the Terrapins. Really fast-paced, really fun to watch, really competitive. But for the second time in those three games, Indiana hasn't been able to do quite enough to work its way to a win against Maryland. Maryland's just so good in close games and single-digit games. And
11-0 in games decided by 6 points or fewer.
yeah, so I mean that's Maryland for you. I mean, you look at their wins, and maybe you aren't too impressed by they only won this game by 5, they only won this game by 8 or something, but they win them, and they win, like you said, all of them that they are in 2-possession games or something like that. And Indiana just wasn't able to have an answer for them, especially late. Both teams really struggled on offense in the second half. Indiana shot, I think, 22% from the floor.
22.6.
Yeah. So
7 of 31 in the second half, just really, really bad.
Yeah, and they closed on a 2 for 16 run.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not going to win very many games when you do that down the stretch. I mean, Indiana, I think 9 of their last 12 points were from the free throw line. So they did a decent job of getting to the line. But
they wouldn't have scored a basket in the final 6 minutes 18 seconds if not for Max Hotzel's three-pointer with like 21 or 22 seconds left.
Yeah. Cover boy Max Hotzel.
Cover boy Max Hotzel. Shout out Young Hotes.
Young Hotes.
Who did have an old-fashioned three-point play today.
He did.
But there's nothing old-fashioned about him. Or this podcast, video cast, or whatever. But you're just not going to win any games at all if you shoot 20% in the second half against a team that's ranked number 8 in the country, let alone on neutral court in the quarterfinal of the Big Ten tournament. You're not going to win games. Somehow IU is still able to stay in it.
Yeah, the whole game.
But shooting that poorly, and then Maryland shot 11 more free throws than IU did. It's really a wonder how they were able to stay that close. I still felt Indiana played well, just shooting wise. They couldn't make any shots at all.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to explain. I asked Fred Williams after the game, what was going on with, why do you think those shots weren't falling? He said, seriously, I don't know. I mean, those are shots that we make. It's not like Indiana was getting a lot of real contested looks. I mean, they had some open shots. They have guys who've had a fairly proven season, shooting the ball, and Yogi Ferrell and Nick Zysloft, in James Blackman, who's been admittedly very hot and cold. I think he was 2 for 12 today. The shots weren't going down. Indiana was playing with a lot of intensity on defense, a lot of intensity all over the court. Really, I think we saw, between the Michigan State game that ended the regular season and this Big Ten tournament, I think Indiana's been playing a lot more intense, and they've certainly been doing it, I think, for longer periods of time.
I agree.
Because we saw them at times really turn it on, especially late these last few games. But
you could tell they felt like there was a lot to play on the line for them, and they played that way.
Yeah.
And after the game, honestly in the locker room, it felt you had the feeling that they thought they were in, that they beat up on Northwestern, that if they would have lost that game, they would have for sure not made the NCAA tournament. They had to have that game. They got it. If they would have beat Maryland, they would have more than likely been in. They don't get the win, but just playing them close and playing them down to the wire, most of the players said they felt like they should be in.
Yeah, and we'll see if that happens. The selection show is going to air Sunday. I don't know. A couple of the players said they haven't really made plans or anything for it yet, but I'm sure they'll figure out a way to watch it together. And we're certainly going to be watching. IU fans are going to be watching, and I don't know what to expect. I mean, Indiana's on the bubble. I think they did a good job to, they didn't hurt themselves.
They didn't hurt themselves, exactly.
And I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
But they didn't really solidify anything at the same time. I can't really remember the last time Indiana's been this firmly on the bubble. It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, whether they make it, whether they get into a playing game, or whether they just totally miss it entirely and go to the NIT. I don't know. I mean, my gut says that they're probably going to get in. I don't know if it's going to be a playing game. I don't know if it's going to be.
My gut says playing game.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then we'll be in Dayton next week, watching them there. But wherever they go, we'll be providing coverage, and we'll be there. But we'll see what happens. We got a couple days to kind of stew over it and think about what's going to go down on Sunday. But we're going to get out of here, and we're going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.